So this is let's check it out. So this is what this is a reading comprehension. I will send you. So we are basically covering this one. I'm saying that this is do as much as possible. This is from many years back. This exam, but this is a GRE exam. People used to do that too often, but those who are very good, all my good students, I have always, covered it to some extent. These ones, the new books, Kaplan, everything. But these are real exams, all real exams. So these are, at least the vocabulary are very important because these are the words they will check again and again. There are 27 exams. Each has two parts. So I will always ask you to finish these books as well. You can find it in Nilkhet, very maths, and even the verbal. So this is another reading comprehension. We're not going to do that. The standard is quite high. This one matches with the real GRE standard. We'll be doing this today, a shorter one. Let's do a shorter one, and after that, we might be doing essay as well. Okay. So this is what? This is the first one. The first one. Can you read it out? And can you give me the answer? The primary purpose of the passage is what? Can you read it out and what could be the so how do you do that? What is the easiest way? You underline it here or you start reading and then come to this one? I think you can even start reading from here, because if you want to underline, you'll have to underline all these because it's a pretty long question. Let's read it, then if we can underline. Okay, can you read it once and can you give me the answer? What's the primary purpose? What is the primary purpose? Means the objective, why it has been primary purpose মানে কি একটা হচ্ছে main idea আর একটা হচ্ছে primary purpose মানে why the writer has written. This is the primary purpose of the passage. Yes, why the writer, what's the reason of writing this one, this short piece of article. Okay, should we read it together? Can we compare it with our heading question a little bit, in IELTS? We can try it out. Let's read it together. It is a popular misconception that nuclear fusion power is free of radioactivity. It is a popular misconception that nuclear radioactivity, in fact, the deuterium, tritium, deuterium, tritium reaction that nuclear scientists are currently exploring with such zeal produce both alpha particles and neutrons. So they're saying that there is a misconception, but the opposite is correct. Now they're elaborating on that. The neutrons are used to produce tritium from a lithium blanket surrounding the neutrons are used to produce tritium from a lithium blanket. Fine. So up to now, what we have read, something that was commonly believed, but the opposite is true. Let's read. Another common misconception, they're talking about another one, is that nuclear fusion power is a virtually unlimited source of energy because of the enormous quantity of deuterium in the sea. Actually, its limit is set by the amount of available lithium. It's not only deuterium, you also need the lithium, which is about as plentiful as uranium in the Earth's crust. This is also, available enough. Research should certainly, but still there could be limit. Which is about as plentiful as uranium in the and uranium you find, where is uranium? Okay. Fine. Then research should certainly continue on control nuclear fusion, but no energy program should be premised on its existence until it has proven practical. Research should certainly continue on controlled nuclear, but no energy program should be premised on its existence until research on controlled nuclear fission. For the immediate future, we must continue to use hydroelectric power, nuclear fission. This is, we are using now fission, not fusion. They're basically talking about fusion and fossil fuels to meet your energy needs. The energy sources already in major use are in major, the energy sources already in major use are in major use for good reason. Okay, so what we read about fusion. They're suggesting that it's better not to do use fusion until we can, really come up with a very controlled fusion process. It's better to do with fission and hydroelectric and and the other one is the and the fossil fuel. So let's read it together. Which one could be the answer? The primary purpose of the passage is to. Can you read it out? Criticize scientists who believe that the deuterium as a fusion reaction can be made feasible as an energy source. Should it be criticized? Should it be the correct answer? A. Hello. Mizan Bhai or Ashna or...
No, I don't think.
Huh? Is it good? No. Is it criticized? No, criticize is too extreme. No, they're not criticizing. Admonish means what? This is also criticism. Yes. Scientists who have failed to correctly calculate the amount of lithium, no, I don't think so. It cannot be the whole thing. In one part, they might say something, but it's not. Defend the continued short-term use of fossil fuel as a major energy source. Defend. Is it the whole idea? I don't think so. It's just part.
No, it's not.
Caution against uncritical embrace of nuclear fusion power as a major energy source. Uncritical means without any testing or anything.
Any practical.
Okay. Caution against uncritical embrace means when you embrace someone, when you take up, when you accept as a power caution. This could be. There could be a reason. E. Correct the misconception that nuclear fusion power is entirely free of. No, this is a part, because there are other mentions of other things as well. So this one just addresses partly, not the whole thing. So answer konta hobe. Which one it could be the answer?
E.
D. I think D. Huh? So they're saying that, without further testing here, see here, this one, but no energy program should be premise means based on its existence until it's proven practical. What about the next one? Can we check it? It can be inferred from the passage that inferred means you can understand, you can say safely from the information that the passage that the author believes which of the following about the current state of public awareness concerning nuclear fusion power. Means what is the present level, what people usually believe, whether it's safe or whether it's practical or anything. Can we read it together? The public has been deliberately misinformed about the, is it deliberately? Will you take it? No, deliberately, no, nothing. The public is unaware. Unaware means they don't know of the principal advantage of nuclear fusion over the principal fission as a, are we talking about advantage, disadvantage? No, we haven't read that, no. I don't think this is also correct. The public's awareness of scientific facts concerning nuclear fusion is somewhat distorted and incomplete. It could be. They're talking about fusion, there's some problem with that. What people believe that may not be. It could be. The public is not interested in increasing its awareness.
No.
Is there any mention? No, nothing has been mentioned. Public is aware of the disadvantages of the nuclear fusion power, but not of its. No. So the answer could be C. It's very clear. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Okay. So the same thing. The same. I have put it here as well. The passage provides information that would answer which of the following question. Which answer can I find it here in the passage? What is likely to be the principal source of deuterium for nuclear fusion power? Principal source, are they talking about deuterium? Yeah, they mentioned somewhere. Can we check it? Where is
Lithium.
deuterium? Okay.
Lithium.
What is likely to be the principal source? Principal source, not every. Another is that nuclear fusion power is virtually unlimited source of, because of the enormous quantity in the sea. 26. Okay, it's mentioned. Where is found? Principal source is where? In the sea. Okay, it's mentioned. Let's see other one. How much incidental radiation is produced in the deuterium, tritium, okay, whatever, fusion reaction? How much? Did they mention about the quantity? No. Why are scientists exploring the deuterium reaction with such zeal? No, that's not mentioned. They're saying that it's zeal, but not for the reason. Why must the tritium for nuclear fusion be synthesized? Are they talking about synthesize? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. Why does the deuterium reaction yield both alpha? Why? No. They're saying it does, but they don't say why. Why does? No. So the answer should be what?
A.
I think A. A is clearly given. Okay, what about this one? Which of the following statements concerning nuclear scientists is more directly suggested? Where the focus is what? Nuclear scientists, not others. But what has been talked about them? What has been nuclear scientists are not themselves aware of all the facts surrounding the deuterium. No, is it? Has it been mentioned?
No.
Huh? No. Nothing has been mentioned whether they completely know that or no. They may know, they may or they may not. Nuclear scientists exploring the deuterium as a reaction have overlooked key facts in their eagerness to prove nuclear fusion practical. Have the overview. Can we say for sure?
No.
Is it clearly mentioned there? They're very eager? Are they very eager? No. Are kindly explore with such zeal? No. Why? It mentioned correctly. Nuclear scientists may be overestimated, may have the amount of lithium actually available in the Earth's crust.
No.
They mentioned that is there. Nuclear scientists have not been entirely dispassionate in their investigation of the reaction. Have not been entirely. What is dispassionate? Means neutral, no? Have not been entirely.
Interested. Not interested.
No. Disinterested is unbiased, and uninterested is not interested. That's different. It can have been dispassionate, money neutral. They don't have any biasness towards anything. Nuclear scientists have not been entirely unbiased. They can also unbiased in there. Do you think? Let's read the last one. Nuclear scientists have insufficiently investigated the lithium too? No. Have they? No, it's not also mentioned. I think then the answer is D. Means they're saying as they haven't been completely unbiased, then for that reason we need to do more experimentation. That's the thing. I think ekhane jeta hoche, what happens? All the others probably this is not correct. So if we can get this wrong, then what? This one stands out. ঠিক আছে? কিন্তু এখন কিন্তু there is a different these days there are different types of question. ওগুলো কিন্তু অনেক ট্রিকি হয়ে গেছে। মিজান ভাই আপনি কি রিডিং করেছেন তো না? ওই 3 ABC, it could be A, it could be B, it could be C. Okay, probably we'll be doing it in the next class. That kind of question. এখন কিন্তু একটু মানে এটা কিন্তু আগেটা একটু রিলেটিভলি ইজি ছিল বিকজ only one. এখন যেটা হয়েছে আচ্ছা আমরা নেক্সট ক্লাস যেদিন করব সেদিন আমরা করব, অসুবিধা নেই। আজকে জাস্ট we just wanted to cover it. আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, এতটুকু করব। বাট এই ধরনের মেটেরিয়াল আসবে এই লেভেলের, এই ধরনেরই। ইটস নট ভেরি ডিফিকাল্ট বাট নট ভেরি ইজি। আবার অনেক সময় কি এগুলো তো তবু সাইন্টিফিকটা বুঝি, কিন্তু অনেক সময় আর্টস, তারপর সোশ্যাল সায়েন্স, অনেক কিছু দিলে কিন্তু আমাদের একটু বুঝতে কঠিন হয়, বিকজ হেলথ, বিকজ ইটস হোয়াট ইজ দেয়ার, হ্যাঁ, এটা ওদের পারসেপশন নিয়ে কাজ করে। আচ্ছা, এখন কি করব আমরা? এখন আমরা একটু ইয়ে দেখবো। লেটস লুক এট এসে। You'll have to write an essay. Kono maaf ache? Will you be exempted from writing an essay? Achha, how do you start? What starts the exam, Jerry? You'll have to start with writing 2 essays. One is argument essay and one is issue. And then what? Then you start the exam. Real exam real fake na. First day, apni 1 ghonta you'll have to write 2 essays, and after that, apnar alternatively. If you start with the maths, then maths come first, then English, maths, English, maths. আবার যদি verbal দিয়ে শুরু করেন, verbal, তারপর maths, verbal, maths, verbal. এখন যদি একটা যদি experimental section হয়, you'll get 5 sections, আর একটা যদি research হয়, then still you will get 5 sections, but last একটা যদি research হয়, you have the option, you have the freedom to not to answer that one, but with the last sector, just if it's just a regular one like the other one, you must answer the question. আচ্ছা, এটা হচ্ছে আমাদের argument or আচ্ছা, এটা কিভাবে লেখে কে বলতে পারবে? 2 ধরনের এসে আছে, one is argument essay and one is আচ্ছা, একটু পড়েন তো, let's read it together. The following appeared as part of a campaign to sell advertising time on a local radio. On a local radio okay. Nusaira, are you there? Nusaira? Hello? Nusaira? Are you there? Mizan bhai achen na? Ashna, you are there. Yeah. Achen na? Abdullah bhai, you are there.
Yes.
ঠিক আছে। আচ্ছা, so let's check it out. এইটা হচ্ছে আপনাকে লিখতেই হবে, কিন্তু you'll have to write an argument or issue essay. There are 2 types of essay. The following appeared as a part of the Camquat Cafe began advertising on a local radio station this year and was delighted to see its business increase by 10% over last year's total. The success shows you how you can use radio advertising to make your business more profitable. Is it a very reasonable, they're saying that whether this conclusion, what's the conclusion? Who can tell me? Anybody? What they're trying to say? That following a sell local, think about, we have local television, we have television channels. Think about what? Think about, say, you have a business, you have a restaurant, আপনার রেস্টুরেন্ট আছে, এখন আপনার একটা চলে না, তেমন একটা চলে না, কোভিড না, মনে করেন রেগুলার টাইমে আপনার পাশে অথবা আরেক জায়গায় আরেকটা রেস্টুরেন্ট, একই ধরনের রেস্টুরেন্ট আছে. What happened? They advertise on radio, and after that, it's your friend. Think about your friend's restaurant. After that, what happened? Their sale increase, and they're saying that, and people are saying that, or your friend is saying that, see, my business flourished, you should also advertise on local radio television. So if you do, then your business will also be bigger and will have more profit. এখন এইটা বলছে, whether that advice, that conclusion means, if you start advertising in television or radio, your business will. Is it very well reasoned? Do you think it's going to work? Do you think it's going to work? Or no? Or there could be some caveat means some limitations. Would you agree or no? Everybody? Listen, let me tell you. In this argument essay, if it's in GRE and GMAT, you'll always have to attack this one. Attack. You'll always have to attack. Attack. Attack, attack, attack. Means this conclusion could be right, but not always. You'll have to give reason. First, you'll have to say that when it's not going to work. Then finally, you can say that yes, it might work if these conditions are same for both of them. How can we attack them? Who can tell me? How can we attack? How can we show that this is not a very good? Following the appeared as a local. So what kind of business? Local business. This is cafe. And what about the other one? So your business. They're talking about other. The first, how can we attack it? Did they mention that both of them are what? Cafes? Did they mention?
No.
Shunche?
Your business. They mentioned your business.
Your business. So if it is
any type of business can be.
It could be different business, and not all the business works like that. Some say cafe, emon hote pare, cafe jara, those are from those who eat in cafes, they might listen to music more. Could be, you never know. It could be a shoe store. You never know. You may find that those who buy a lot of shoes, for some reason, strange reason, they may not be listening to what? Radios. Can we say for sure that it's going to work? No. What are other shortcomings we can see? What are the other shortcomings we can say? One is these are not similar. These are not similar. Acha, aar ki? Acha, 10%. 10%. Do you think is there anything that if it's 10%, then it's a very big success? What if you increase by 10%? What if you also spend money on what? In local radio. You get my point. You have to spend. What if this one, it neutralizes, it cut, it balances up. আপনি বুঝছেন এটাও তো হতে পারে আপনার ওখানে 200 টাকা বেশি লাভ হচ্ছে কিন্তু আপনার কি অ্যাডভার্টাইজিং এ 200 ধরেন 200 খরচ হচ্ছে even if it is you put $200 in local advertisement cost and you earn another 200 from last year totals. What if last year was a very bad business? Has it been mentioned that last year it was a very good business? Mentioned kora ache na. So unless it's, but all these issues are very important. We'll have to understand whether last year's profit was a good one. We want to excel that. We want to better that. Unless we have very good idea about what kind of. This actually shows that how you can use radio advertising to make more profitable. You can say for sure. It could be like that unless there is a 30% but increase than last year's. You can say that is. So these are the problems. You get my point. You get my point. You'll have to attack. I can send you a few materials where how you can attack. There's some rules. There's some criteria. You can read those criteria and based on that, because there are lots of criteria. This helps to become a good manager because this is how you find problems with things. You get my point? If I told you, this is a good idea, you would have agreed with that. Yes, it goes. But in fact, is it a very good idea? No, it may not. So this one, argumentations are very good. They make you practice. They give you that insight. From now onwards, you will find if you read 200 of this essay, you'll see that people are trying to make you understand something. But unless you have good reason, you won't buy those. You say that, yes, these are the problems, these are the problems, these are the problems. It helps. Okay, why don't you read the answer? Let's read it and see whether we are happy. In an attempt to sell radio advertising, it's very simple. The structure is very simple. It doesn't have to be very introduction, conclusion, and 2 body paragraph. Here they have mentioned mostly about 2 points. 2 points. They have mentioned about 2 points. Why those are problematic, their claims. In an attempt to sell ready advertising time, this ad claims that ready advertising will make business more profitable. The evidence cited is a 10% increase we are paraphrasing, this scenario in business that the Camquat Cafe has experienced in the year during which it advertised on the local radio station. This argument this is the keyword. This is the main. You must write that. This is the word. This is sentence. You must write. The first is a paraphrase of the kind of, this one. This one is what? It's a paraphrase. Whatever they have mentioned in your own words. Now, this is the most important. This is what you're trying to prove. This argument is unconvincing because what they're trying to prove, because 2 questionable assumptions. What they're thinking is right, but in fact, those are not right. Those are assumptions. Must be made. What fallacious assumption must be made for the stated evidence to support the author's conclusion. Okay, what about the first one? What's that? The first assumption. They have said, but they haven't mentioned which 2. The first assumption is that assumption means কি? Assumption মানে যেটা মনে করা হয়, ভুলও হতে পারে, অথবা যেটা ধরে নেওয়া হয়েছে. The first assumption is that ready advertising alone has caused the increase in business at Camquat Cafe. Okay, this is a good one. What if all the businesses, listen, what if all the surrounding business also they made money? Then what happens? It was not the radio, probably something else. There was a fair, nearby there is a fair. And there was a fair, or lots of people moved into that area. That's why, it doesn't matter if they advertise or not, but still they would have made more money. The assumption is questionable because it overlooks a number of other facts that might have contributed to the Camquat's success. For example, Kumquat or whatever might have changed owners or chefs. It might have launched a coupon ad campaign in the local print media, or it might have changed or updated the menu. Yet, another possibility is that a local competitor went out of business. Okay, there were, the options. These are just a few of the factors that could help explain the Camquat's growth. Because the author fails to eliminate this possibility, the assumption in question need to be accepted. Okay, need to be accepted. So this is questionable. So we have to find those, that whether those are correct. If those are correct, then he's saying that they made profit for only what? For what? They made profit because they went for that advertisement. It doesn't stand. It doesn't stand. Okay, another. Even if it is granted that radio advertisement is responsible for the Camquat success, another assumption must be made. Before, assumption a condition must be met before we can conclude that radio advertisement will result in increased profit for business in general. We must also assume that what is true of Camquat will likewise be true of most other businesses. But there are all kinds of important differences between cafes and other businesses that could affect how radio audiences react to their advertisement. We cannot safely assume that because a small restaurant has benefited from radio advertisement, any and all local business will similarly. You get my point? Saying for radio, probably radio works, for cafe, but for, think about hospitals, probably radio doesn't work, maybe. We'll have to make sure that, yes, we'll have to do a research, and then based on that, then we can say for sure that, other than that, we can say for sure that radio cafe was the only reason. In conclusion, see, it would be imprudent not wise for a business to invest in radio advertising solely on the basis of the evidence presented. To strengthen the conclusion, It must be established that radio advertising was the principal cause of increased business at Camcott. আমাদের তাহলে অন্য ফ্যাক্টরগুলো বাদ দিয়ে দিতে হবে. We'll have to only deal with one factor. Once this is shown, it must be determined that the business in question is sufficiently like the Camcott and so can expect similar returns from investment in radio ad time. Okay. So these are little bit, but as you read more and more, this kind of argument basis, you'll see that it's becoming relatively easy. But at face value, this seems a little bit difficult, not very much, but you'll have to read. This is another one. This is what, this is like the argument essay. Usually the argument is to be write in eyes. This is like that. But they call it issue. And it's a little bit tricky. When they're talking about argument, that's a different type of essay, but this one is issue. This is the argument like the ones we do in usually eyes. Right. See? Let's read it. Ask most older people to identify the key to success, and they are likely to reply hard work. Yet, I would tell people starting off in a career that work is in itself is not the key. In fact, you have to approach work cautiously. Too much or too little can be self-defeating. You cannot put too much emphasis at the same time, not too little. Abar oneke bolche je it's hard work. What do you think? Others, everybody? Is it hard work the only success, or it's about be cautious, to ease your brain, how much you should work, look all around? Which one do you support? To what extent do you agree with the view of work? You develop your position by using reason. আপনারা কি সাপোর্ট করবেন? কেউ আছেন আপনারা? Is there anybody? কেউ আছেন? Hello? Acha, which one do you support? Is it only hard work, or you must be wise and try to find out the balance? I think it's about balance. Let's read. There's no doubt that the hard work contributes to success, yet a person can work awfully hard and still achieve very little. In order to bring about success, hard work has to be directed by clear goals and knowledge of how to reach them. Moreover, imagination, intelligence, and persistence can be equally important to success. Individual success is gauged by the gaugement measured by the extent to which individual success, by which one reaches his important personal goals, and it takes careful planning to set goals and discover the best means of realizing them. Before hard work even begins, therefore, considerable time and effort should be spent on planning. Intelligence and imagination play important roles in planning. Imagination helps one to envision new solutions to problems and new means by which to achieve goals. Intelligence helps one research and critically evaluate the possibility that imagination has provided. Together, imagination and intelligence can even help one avoid certain kinds of hard work by producing more efficient ways to accomplish goals. So here they're focusing on what? Intelligence. Let's see. Finally, persistence is crucial to success. Sometimes rewards do not come quickly, even when one carefully sets the goal, creativity and intelligently plans ways to achieve them and works hard according to plan. Tradition has it, for example, that Thomas Edison made thousands of attempts to create a light bulb before it finally succeeded. In the face of countless failures, he refused to quit. In fact, he considered each failure a successful discovery of what not to do. In conclusion, it is true that there is no substitute for hard work. But hard work is an ingredient of success and not the key. Hard work can produce real accomplishment only if it is directed by a plan involving some idea of one's goals and the means to them. And a good plan, as well as its success implementation, requires imagination, intelligence, and persistence. Okay, so is it a good answer? Do you think you'll give a good... What is the score you can get in each of these? 0 to 6. The score is 0 to
6.
0 to 6. So whatever you get out of 6, say this is 1, this is argument, and this is, if it's issue, so this is also out of 6. 0 to 6. No, it's 6. 0, 6. Okay, that's 0, 6. So if you get 5 and if you get 4, they will add it up and they'll divide it by 2. That's your average. 0.5 increment. That's your average. Okay, that's the issue. And so অনেক সময় you can even read these JDAs. This might help you in your IELTS essay as well. Huh? They use different vocabularies and ideas. So you understood the difference between these two essays? This is the argumentative essay, like IELTS. You know, this is better than that. Do you agree or disagree? But what about the other one? Oh, sorry. That's the issue one. The argument is they're claiming something and they're saying that the conclusion they have already presented. They're saying that whether is it a very well thought out one or not. It might be. You never know. কোনো প্রবলেম আছে? Is there any problem in the argument? ঠিক আছে, কিছুটা বুঝেছেন দুইটার মধ্যে পার্থক্য নাকি না একেবারে বুঝেননি? বুঝেছেন আপনারা? মিজান ভাই, হ্যালো।
হ্যাঁ, বুঝতে পারছি স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, কিছুটা বুঝেছেন তো না? আর কেউ আছেন আপনারা কিছুটা বুঝেছেন?
না, বুঝতে পারছি, বাট আমার একটু আইডিয়া বিল্ড আপ করা দরকার ছিল আর কি।
হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে, এইসব হ্যাঁ, এটা তো আস্তে আস্তে মানে যত পড়বেন তত
মানে এটা আমার স্ট্রাকচারটা নাই, মানে জিআর
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে,
রাইটিং সম্পর্কে একেবারে প্রিলিমিনারি ধারণা।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, নো প্রবলেম। সো হ্যাঁ, এটা তো আমরা প্রত্যেকদিন এটা আমরা আগে একটু পড়ি প্রোডিউসার প্রেস ক্লাস। হ্যাঁ, সো ঠিক আছে, তাহলে আজকে এতটুকু থাক। হ্যাঁ, আমরা এতটুকু আজকে করছি। তারপর এনি কোয়েশ্চেন? হ্যাঁ মিজান ভাই, এনি কোয়েশ্চেন? মিজান ভাই, আপনার ভোকাবুলারি কেমন চলছে? আরো করছে?
হ্যাঁ, করছে স্যার।
কোনটা
5 to 6 পর্যন্ত এই করতেছে স্যার।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, তাহলে আপনি হলে আমাকে বলেন, আমি ধরে দেব।
স্যাটারডে হয়তো
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে
5 to 8।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, ফাইন। আর আব্দুল্লাহ ভাই, আচ্ছা আপনি তো আছেন না? আচ্ছা, আপনার তো আমরা একটা রিভিউ করব। আপনি আজকে তো 10:30টার দিকে আমরা একটু হয়তো বসবো, তাই না?
জি স্যার, হ্যাঁ, একটু ক্লিয়ার আইডিয়া স্টার্টিং এ তো আপনি তো একবার স্টার্ট করে ফেলছেন, যার কারণে আপনার আইডিয়া নিলে আমি ধরতে সুবিধা হবে।
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, নো প্রবলেম। আমরা হোপফুলি উইল বি কভারিং দ্যাট 10, হ্যাঁ 10 শার্প। 10 এ তো ফ্রি থাকছেন বোধহয়, না? আশা করা যায়
10 ওকে
নাকি না? 10:30, সরি 10:30। হ্যাঁ, আসলে হলো আমার জন্য একটু সুবিধা। ঠিক আছে, আমি
হ্যাঁ একটু আপনি একটু ব্রেড।
আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ, আমার তো ফোন
10:30 ওকে আসলে
ঠিক আছে। 10:30 শার্প আমি পাঠিয়ে দেবো আপনাকে, একটা জুমের লিংক পাঠিয়ে দেবো, আমরা তখন আলোচনা। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, তাহলে আজকে এতটুকুই থাক। আজকে আর করলাম না, খুব বেশি কিছু ছিল। দেখা যায় যে হয়তো অনেক টায়ার্ড হয়ে পড়ে সব। ঠিক আছে মিজান ভাই, তাহলে আজকে খুব বেশি কিছু করিনি, কিন্তু স্বল্প করেছি, একসময় করেছি। ঠিক আছে, তাহলে এতটুকুই থাক। এনিবডি এলস ইজ देयर? আচ্ছা, বাই। ওকে, তাহলে থ্যাংক ইউ ফর টুডে। আমরা hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to have an IELTS class. We'll be covering what reading. We might even do true false not given. আচ্ছা, true false not given একটু করব, ঠিক আছে? অনেকগুলো থাকে না, 7-8টা 4-5টা থাকে অনেকগুলো, তো যাতে আমরা এই ট্রু ফলস একটু ক্লিয়ার হয়ে যায়। হ্যাঁ, আরো ভালো করে ক্লিয়ার হয়ে যায়, কোনো ধরনের ডাউট যাতে না থাকে। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, তাহলে হ্যাভ আ গুড নাইট আর বি সেফ। ঠিক আছে, আচ্ছা তাহলে আমাদের দেখা হবে টুমরো। ওকে, বাই। আচ্ছা, বাই। ঠিক আছে।